So I'm gonna just say this. The last few weeks, your girl has been fighting to like just stay afloat.
I'm in the future. You mad that they don't salute you. I need a bag.
Thank you so much for clicking on this video. If you're new here, my name is Keela Trishan, and I make videos on lifestyle, insurance, and mental health. I also do vlogs, day in the life in the insurance industry, day in the life of the toddler, all the things. So if that's something that interests you, go on ahead and click that subscribe button below. Be sure to turn on your notifications so you don't miss anything from me. And if you're returning, thank you so much for coming back, and thank you for your support. Okay, so today is going to be a bit of a rant, if you will. It's going to be kind of like a little like update. So I'm going to be talking about like work, what's been going on at work, what has been going on in life, and then what's been going on with content. As I kind of preface, it's been kind of crazy the last couple of weeks because I've told you guys that I have been training a new employee. And to be completely honest with you, this is the first time that I have like trained the new employee pretty much all the way through. Next week is going to be our last week together before I go back to just taking my claims, and then he's going to go back to like taking his own claims. But it's been a lot. Like, I'm essentially doing the job of two people, which has in turn affected my personal life, and it has affected my content creation. So if you're interested in this update, I like to do these like every so often just to kind of let you guys know what's going on between the scenes. Haven't been able to put up like a day in the life vlog because I am training, so there's that. But if you just kind of are interested in the update, what's going on with work and everything else, definitely go on ahead and stay tuned. Okay, so I want to start it off by just talking about work, and I'll jump right in. So basically, the way the training works at my company is the employees will have like so many weeks of like virtual training, and then you go into like shadowing essentially. So you watch what like an experienced adjuster does, and then we help them with their claims, that kind of thing. So that's the process that we're in right now, where he is kind of working with me daily, seeing what I do on my claims, how I keep my desktop as up to date as possible, and then I'm helping him with the claims that he gets. Just, like writing the estimate and all that good stuff, following up, setting up activities, all of that good stuff. So here's the thing. He's a nice guy, right? So it has nothing to do with the people. Like, this is the second person I've trained. First person that I trained, we weren't able to go all the way through because she needed to do some additional training or something. So we weren't able to go all the way through, but I'm actually supposed to be hooking back up with her like maybe a week or so after I get done with this person. But basically, the employees that I've had have been super nice, super sweet, super understanding, and they catch on pretty quickly. So that's not the problem. Basically, what it is I'm essentially with this employee all day. So my routine is like to kind of drop off my son, then I go meet with the employee either at an inspection or like at like a kind of like workspace, whatever, so we can, log on, mirror our screens, things like that. And then I stay with them pretty much the whole day until I go pick up my son. So the good thing is that I am able to kind of like set it up to where, like, if I have a meeting or if I need to go pick him up, I can leave a little bit earlier and then just kind of give the employee something to do. But I am expected to be with them all day. So there is someone that is looking over my desk while I'm training, but they can only handle like limited capacity things. So they can answer questions, they can issue payments to a certain extent, they can kind of move the claim along. But if it's like something serious, like let's say somebody has a supplemental estimate, or there's like a coverage decision that needs to be made, or something like, I don't know, there's a fire that like only I can make a decision on, then it's pretty much left for me to do. So the issue with that is that I still had a pretty decent load of claims, more than what is normal in the homeowners department. Just to kind of give you some context, usually like pending, what pending means is just like how many open assignments that you have that you're like essentially monitoring. A normal pending for like a homeowner's rep, depending on where you live, is anywhere between like 15 claims up to maybe even like 30 claims. And out of those claims, a lot of times, like if you're writing your estimates on site and if you are just handling things as they go along, maybe half of those claims you're simply just monitoring until everything is done on that claim. But it's not like a whole lot of follow-up. And then maybe like you have a few serious claims that you have to follow up on every day, things like that. I had a pending of about 40, which is like double what I should have, especially training someone. And this is me like staying on top of everything and doing relatively well in the department. So just to kind of give you some perspective on what's going on. So with that being said, I still have people that are reaching out. I still have people that are emailing, asking for updates on different things, or like if I need to extend housing, things like that. So the backup person is constantly reaching out to me like, hey, is it okay if I do this? Is it okay if I do that? So it's a lot of kind of juggling throughout the day. And then when I get home from that new employee, after I pick up my son and get him situated, then I'm essentially catching up on what I wasn't able to get to during the day, and just trying to like plan for the next day as best as possible. So with that said, I've been working on the weekends, which I don't like to do. I've told you guys, like, if you can help it, try to get most of your work done during the week, because you really need those weekends to decompress. The situation that I'm in right now, I'm not really able to do that because like so much of my week is dedicated towards, helping him, that by the time I get home and it's, kind of the evening time, I need to start working on dinner. Actually, let me stop lying because I haven't been cooking dinner that much. But the ideal, the ideal is to like work on dinner, clean up, that kind of thing, and then get myself ready for the next day. So yeah, it's been a lot. So I feel like I've been doing the job of two people. And honestly, the last week or so, I've kind of relinquished control. And what I mean by that is like instead of me trying to stay on top of everything and driving myself nuts while I'm trying to help this new employee, what I've basically been doing is just letting the backup handle what she can handle, not jumping in and interfering unless I absolutely need to, and then handling the things that I absolutely need to. Because to be honest with you, I feel like my mental health was kind of like in the toilet, because it was just so much to do. I feel like I just didn't have enough time. I'm tired. Like I'm constantly running around throughout the day. And like in a normal day, I might be tired and I might have, a lot of stuff to do, but I'm only working on my claim. So I'm able to kind of like move things along and stuff like that, even though our claims always been high. So pretty much I did talk to my manager and kind of explain to him the situation that I'm in, because as I've told you guys before, I'm salary. So it's not like I'm getting additional money for doing all this. So I feel like I'm just kind of being pulled in all these different directions and there's no compensation. Like, yes, I'm doing well. Yes, I'm getting recognition, but recognition don't pay my bills. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm doing all of this extra stuff for really like nothing at this point. So I won't really know how it's going to pay off until it's time for reviews and until it's time for me to get my raise and hopefully bonus. So I'm a manager pretty much what was going on, and he agreed to give me like a week of time after I'm training this new employee to work on my own claims without having to get new assignments to like work my desk down to like a reasonable level. Because again, I was asked to continue training the previous employee that I had. But my thing is like, I'm not going to continue to put myself out there if you guys aren't going to help me out. Like if I'm just going to be struggling and drowning, y'all can figure it out on your own. But if you're able to help me, I'd be more than happy to help. So that's kind of like where we're at with that. Aside from all of that, I know I've told you guys before that like claims is not a place where I want to be long term. I feel like it's run its course. I have been doing this for 7 going on 8 years now, and I feel like I'm ready for just a different side, and I don't want to be customer facing anymore. So with that said, I have had a couple of interviews with different companies, just to kind of see what's out there, see what the pay is like, see what different environments are like. So if I land something that makes sense, I'll definitely come back and talk about it as I always do. But as of right now, just know your girl is looking, because I'm not about to continue down this road. And honestly, just with the turnover rate and with the direction that I see the company going in, I know that it's not going to be for me long term. And I just refuse to work that hard for, just essentially verbal recognition and a couple of awards. Like those are cool. I'm glad that you guys are acknowledging me. But, if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. So that's kind of where I'm at with work. Okay, so like I said, since work has been kind of crazy, it's also been affecting my personal life. So as I was saying, like I kind of prefaced that like I've been trying to cook after work. That ain't really been happening. If you've been following me for a long time and if you've like watched my videos and vlogs, I prefer to cook the meals for my family at home. That is not to say that I'm against DoorDash or Uber Eats or anything like that, because don't get me wrong, if it's a night where I just don't feel like cooking or we don't have any groceries in the house, whatever, I haven't gone to the store, I will go ahead and order out. But I try to keep that to a minimum. So the issue right now is that because I'm essentially like not home during the day and my weekends have just been like used for me to kind of like clean up and get a little bit of rest before the new week starts, I have not been cooking as much. So I typically will like eat breakfast at home, and obviously like me and my son will eat breakfast together. And then after that, I'm getting lunch out with the new employee. So I've even thought about like packing my lunch or whatever to, bring when he and I are like together and working. But then I'm like, that's kind of kind of messed up because he's not home. He's at like a hotel. So he doesn't have the option really to like home cook. So whatever, I'll grab lunch out. And then depending on what's going on in the evening time, like if like my son, for example, had like a parent teacher conference. So I'm having to work, do the parent teacher conference, come home, work a little bit more. I'm not cooking after that, you know? So we have been eating out like way more than what I would like. So that right there is just like, that is a part of my self-care, being able to prepare my own meals. So that's another reason why I've kind of looked at just like my employment, like, okay, when it's starting to affect my personal life, then, you know, you need to make some changes. Other than that, even my working out has like slipped. So I've been working out, and I've mentioned this a few times. My goal is to work out like 3 to 5 times a week. Like that's usually ideal for my heart health, my mental health, my physical health, all of that. But with like how busy I've been, I really haven't even been able to work out during the week. Like I'm kind of just doing my workouts like Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And even with that, it's usually a day off because that's the day where I'm cleaning, ordering groceries, organizing, getting ready for the week, things like that. So yeah, like I'm just at a point where I'm like, okay, I gotta put myself first. I gotta put my family first. And again, work is just kind of meant to, you know, fund your lifestyle. It's not meant to take over. And the fact that I feel like it's taking over, it's like, okay, either they gonna have to make some changes or I'm gonna have to make some changes. So, to kind of remedy that, I've been trying to just like do practical things. So I've just kind of given up the fact that I'm going to be able to eat home cooked meals for lunch, right? So I know that I'm gonna have my breakfast at home, but then like lunch, I'm likely gonna have that out. So I'm trying to just put like a dollar limit on it, like so I don't go crazy. And then I'm trying to like prep food ahead of time for dinner. So at the time of filming this is Sunday. So I'm actually gonna go after I film this video, prep some food, but like prep a large amount. So we have some for like Monday night, possibly Tuesday night, you know, just so we have a head start. So pretty much if I do end up having a little bit of free time during the week, I'll probably only have to cook once. And then before you know it, it'll be the weekend again. So I guess just with that being said, when you find yourself in situations where your back is up against the wall, sometimes you just have to relinquish control because there's things that you just can't always control. I feel like right now, like I need to make sure that my son's homework is done. I need to make sure that I'm eating something and I need to make sure that I'm getting rest. It's not necessarily looking how I want it to look as far as like me being able to control the home cooked meals and stuff like that, but is getting taken care of, and I know that there is a means to an end. So when I said like in the beginning, I'm kind of like in survival mode, that's just kind of where I'm at. I'm looking at it like, okay, I have one more week of like this kind of crazy schedule, and then I'll be able to kind of take back control and get my workouts back on track, get my eating back on track, things like that. So I think it's important, like when you get into situations like this, think about what you can control. Like, yeah, I'm probably not going to be able to eat at home for lunch, but I can control what I eat while I'm out. And then even with the workouts, like even if I can't get in like my full, you know, hour workout or whatever, maybe I can do 20 minutes on the bike. Maybe I can do a walk for 30 minutes, things like that. So just trying to figure out times or figure out ways to still keep yourself like in the forefront, make yourself a priority, even when things around you are just so crazy. Like, I think it's a lot of it is a mindset, and we feel like we don't have time. And in actuality, I do feel like I am pressed for time, but there are little pockets that I can kind of figure out, okay, you know what, I can't do it how I want to do it, but at least I can do this to still keep things going. So if you're going through that, you know, just kind of make sure that you are looking at other alternatives, even if you can't do things how you want to do it. Okay, so the last thing that I want to discuss is content creation. So again, at the time I'm filming this, it's Sunday. I was supposed to put out a video Friday. I've been kind of, because I've been so busy, I've been putting out the videos on Saturday, so I'll at least have it filmed throughout the week, edit it Friday, and then have it up for Saturday. I wasn't even able to do that this week because last weekend I was tired and I was cleaning up my house and just getting everything ready for the week. And before I knew it, I just didn't have time to film. And usually what I'll do is like every couple of weeks, I'm filming a day in the life vlog for you guys, just so you can kind of see like what's going on in the insurance world, what's going on with my week. So anybody who's looking to get into insurance can kind of like use that information to make a decision on if they want to do it or not. Or also if you're already an adjuster, you can compare. But I'm not able to really do that because I am training the new employees. So as you know, I don't really I don't discuss the company that I work for, and I also don't tell my coworkers that I'm on YouTube. Now, a couple people have found me, okay, but then I pretty much just tell them to keep it under wraps because, as I've said before, there is usually a social media policy at different companies, and pretty much like if you start saying the name of companies and stuff, then you kind of put yourself in a representative type position, which could put my job on the line and open me up to legal stuff. Now, I don't know how deep it can get, but I don't want to find out. So that's why I don't talk about like the company that I work for. Anywho, so vlogging right now is out. And if I were to do a vlog, it would only be like me in the car between inspections or like heading home or, like in the morning, which I just don't think that I'd be able to capture like the best content doing things that way. So that's why I haven't done that. And then the sit down videos like this, like that I typically do on Sundays, because I've been so busy during the week, like I've been using like every second of the weekend to just get my life together. So I wanted to put together again this type of like update so you guys can kind of know what's going on. I know I'm usually like on a really good schedule, but it has been tough the last couple of weeks. So my plan really is to go back to the basics and start like pre-planning content. Like, okay, I want to like just to kind of let you guys know and to hold myself accountable. I do want to do like a work from home setup video so you guys can see like my desk and like a double screen that I use, the different software that I use, whatever. I want to do something like that. I want to start doing what I eat in a day from home or working from home, things like that. What I wear in a week. Like there's an influencer that I follow. She does these like what I wear in a week. She works from home as well, but she always tries to like dress cute and look presentable. So I think that would be dope, to do on my channel as well, just like in the insurance space. Like what am I wearing? If I need to go out on an inspection, what am I actually wearing? I think I showed you guys like in a previous video when I was talking about like the equipment that I have, like some of the outfits that I wear, but I didn't show myself in it. So I kind of want to do something like that just to kind of spice things up and diversify the channel. Definitely let me know if you have anything that you want to see that I haven't touched on. I'd be happy to add those things to my arsenal because when I get stressed, I also get creator's block. So I've also been struggling with just coming up with like new and exciting videos. I will always come up with something, but I think just because of the stress that I've been under with like work and stuff and just trying to keep things going in my personal life, I've been like, okay, wait, what can I film? So if y'all want to help the girl, I'm always open to suggestions. Also, not even just on this platform, I am on Instagram. And for a minute, I was going so hard, posting multiple times a day, posting every day, every other day. I have not posted on Instagram in like maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks. And that's not like me. And then if you're trying to grow, like you can't do that. But I've also had to just kind of prioritize. It's like, although it's important for me to grow on these different platforms, to get the message out there and to build community, if I can't even eat properly, I can't do that, So yeah, so I'm just kind of working on like just getting myself back to what I was doing in the beginning to help me grow in the first place. Planning my content out, making sure that I film in bulk, things like that. And then just planning the content out and just writing down my ideas as they come. I never run out of video ideas. So yeah, I am just trying to get back on track with that, and I definitely will. It's just a matter of, putting the time and effort into it, which is going to be kind of like what you do with everything that you actually care about, and just making a plan and sticking to it. So I'm working on it, but I do appreciate you guys like still watching and commenting and all that stuff. I feel like I've probably been the most consistent on YouTube, even if like the days can be off, but Instagram I'm really struggling with. So y'all say some prayers for your girl, send some positive vibes, but I am going to get back on track one of these days, hopefully before the end of the year. All right, you guys, so that is all I have for you today. I know I can be very long-winded and I can be very chatty, but I just be wanting to keep y'all posted on what's going on, what it's like working a true 9 to 5, actually 9 to whenever, if we're going to be honest, and, trying to stay on top of like content and personal life. Like it's a lot. It's a lot that goes into it. I think sometimes I don't really consider myself an influencer. Like I'm not like that big to be considered an influencer, I don't think. But I mean, I do have a little community here on YouTube. And I think sometimes people look at the finished product and it's like, oh, that's easy. But it's so much that goes into it. Like just thinking about what you're going to post, how you're going to post it, how you're going to film it, everything, and then editing it. and hoping that it does well, So it's a lot that goes into it, and then trying to, stay on top of work and stay on top of your personal life. Like it's so much, but I'm happy to do it. This is actually again therapy for me. I know I've said it before that like I enjoy putting out these videos. I enjoy creating the content because not only does it help you guys, but it really does help me, and I enjoy the community that we've created over here. So with that being said, if you have any questions or again video ideas, feel free to leave that in the comment section below. I do respond to all comments. It might take me a little bit, but I will for sure respond to you, unless you say something crazy, because I've had a couple people that said some crazy stuff and I'm just like, I don't even know what to say to that. But hit me in the comments. If you made it this far and have not subscribed, go on ahead and click that subscribe button below. Turn on your notifications so you don't miss anything from me. Make sure you give this video a like, as it helps with YouTube algorithm. And with that being said, you guys have an amazing day, and I'll see you next time.
You in the past, I'm in the future. You